Look, I'm gonna save you 5 years of your life because this is $3,800 in pure profit. Before that, I was not making any money, and I know what is to be broke. I know what is to struggle. So in this video, I'm gonna pretty much break down what would I do if I was just starting out in order to achieve this amount of money, because this is a respectable amount of money, and I'm talking about pure profits. And literally, like this changed my life. To give you a little bit of background, I'm from Mexico, so I know what is to be broke. I know what is to have financial struggles. I know what is to be like in such a difficult position with the family and all that. So if you're actually someone who's struggling financially or want to help your family, like this video is for you. So let me just break down exactly what would I do if I was just starting out where I had nothing to my name. So the very first thing you must do is start freelancing and a service-based business. Why? Because you need to minimize cost and maximize efficiency. You need to be offering a service that it's on high demand. It's like very basics of supply and demand concepts. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they try to sell, offer a product or service or anything that they believe it's going to sell. Like your belief doesn't matter. What matters is what is other people buying from other people. You know what I'm saying? Because then your only job here is to sell it better than the competition. So you don't have to be an expert to begin with. And I'm telling you this because it took me a while to realize this, because I became an expert. So I'm an expert on my field for the past 5 years, but at least on my e-commerce agency. However, sorry. However, like nowadays, you don't have to be an expert because so quick, and I'm gonna show you in a little bit like how you can do it in a very easy way. Because the very first thing, or well, the key points here is that you need to be offering a service that it's on high demand and sell it better than the competition. Where do you offer this stuff? It really doesn't matter whether it's Fiverr, Upwork, Twitter, DMs. Like who the fuck cares? Like at the end of the day, it's all a matter of minimizing your cost because when you're starting out, you don't have money, right? So if you don't have money, like the only thing you have to do is to trade your time for money. So this is exactly like what I would be doing because like people don't understand. Like I started with zero money. Like when I was here, like I started with zero money, and then this just like became a cash cow machine. Like now, of course, it was not all golden roses. Like I had like a huge drops and whatnot, but like this is just like in the year 2020. So the whole idea here is like to not start with a capital based business. Don't make the mistake I was doing because when I was starting out, like I like to give you like a little bit more context, like my background is within the e-commerce space. So I was doing all this drop shipping stuff ever since 2017. And I always on a struggle because I always needed money in order to, fund my business, because I need to run ads, there's new products and whatnot. And this affects a lot your emotional stability. So don't try starting with trading, crypto, drop shipping. These are good businesses, like good business model to begin with once you start earning some capital. But when you're starting out, you need to be earning like some lean, clean cash flow. So for example, here I was all freelancing by myself. That's what I'm saying. Like this was complete profits. Like I was not like nowadays, of course, I transitioned into an agency because now I hire people and everything. But when I was starting out, I was all by myself. So basically, something very important that you must not do is do not register a business. When you're starting out, you don't need to be register a business. Like literally you can start making money from day one, but like don't do all this complex stuff. A lot of people like go through all these struggles like, oh, I'm gonna start like with my payment processors, oh, I'm gonna start with the registering a business because they want to be official and everything. Don't do that. Like again, when you're starting out, it's all about minimizing your cost and maximizing efficiency. And this, like registering a business, is not an efficient way to start making money right off the bat. Because it's what I did. Like, I mean, of course, like before that, I was doing e-commerce and whatnot, but that's not what brought me the breakthrough success. Like, this was actually life changing money with me, because like at the end of the day, like by month three, I was already making like close to $10,000 in pure profit a month, and as you can see, it just became like this. So it's quite crazy and literally changed my life. So please do not register or start like a capital based business. Like a capital based business, like will only give you struggles. I'm like, trust me, like of course there's like exception to the rule, but like like the odds are that you're likely to not succeed, especially if you don't have any money because you don't have the peace of mind in order to run the business. You need to pretty much earn your strides first. So it's pretty much the way it works. So, and I'm telling you this because it took me $0 to begin with. All clients were coming to me. I got unlimited shots, tries, and no sales calls. It was all through text, literally all through text. I was just like closing clients through my phone and whatnot. However, this is the most important thing: the unlimited shot side of things. Because like you need to be like doing a business model that provides you with zero risk. So for example, the reason why I'm telling you this is because it really doesn't matter where you start. But for me, it was Fiverr, and the beauty of Fiverr was that I could just like offer my services, and there was no risk whatsoever because I don't have to pay anything. Like for example, in Upwork and all that stuff, like at least in Upwork you have to pay for connects in order to like for proposals or something like that in order for you to get some jobs. But in Fiverr, it's like it's all inbound leads. Now, it really doesn't matter what you pick. You just have to be offering a service that it's on demand and selling better than the competition. That's the name of the game. Like, offer a service on high demand and sell it better than the competition. So basically, like, let me see what it says here. Like, focus on a service that is high demand: social media marketing, AI automation, YouTube video editing. Like, it's very easy to actually figure out like which services are on demand. Especially on Fiverr, because you can see here, if you go to fiverr.com, you can just click social media marketing. This is the example I always love to use, because there's people printing money on this stuff. So for again, you don't have to be an expert, trust me. Because let's say this one, this person is like making a lot of money, 71 orders in queue, and these are their prices. So you can literally see how much money are they making, and this is actual proof that there's people making money. Because if you're wondering like, oh, whether if this works or not, like, the proof is here. Like, you don't have to go further than just typing like the service you want and see whether if there's demand for the specific service. So that's the easiest way to actually get started, because like, of course, like, they have already an established reputation, but I mean, I started from zero anyways as well. So it's actually possible if you understand how to do it. But that's why I've been emphasizing a lot, like, you have to be selling better than the competition. So as you can see here, like, you can just like emulate, like, literally you can emulate exactly what they're doing. Okay, like, this person has 74 orders in queue, and these are their prices. You can see what they're doing. Like, you can check like their descriptions and everything. So it's quite simple nowadays. But again, like, you don't have to overcomplicate things. Like, literally, I'm giving you like the easiest, leanest way for you to start making money from zero. And I'm not like trying to convince you that this is the best way. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just what works for me. I wasn't like, just because Fiverr works for me, that doesn't mean it's gonna work for you, or like you cannot work it out in a different way, like Upwork and Twitter. Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, you need to find something that is like minimum risk, in order for you to be able to succeed with this. Because at the end of the day, like, there's a lot of people like messing with this. Like, trust me, like, I've struggled for this like for 3 years, and it was a hassle. It was not until I started like making money when I was able to succeed in dropshipping as well. Because yeah, of course, I have my e-commerce venture and whatnot, but yeah, that's not what I doubled down. I doubled down on this. I doubled down on this success. So basically, here's what you do. You need to position yourself as an authority. How do you position yourself as an authority? And this is like going back to what I was saying about, like, you don't have to be an expert. Because a lot of people, that's what they fear. Like, oh, but like, I'm not an expert on video editing, I'm not an expert on like AI automation, web development, whatever it is. Like, it really doesn't matter, because now you can leverage ChatGPT, and it's very simple to actually leverage it. Because again, your job here, it's not to be an expert on AI automation or video editing and all that. Your job here is to sell that service. That's what brings the money. Because the money I did here was because I was good at selling my service. My service was an e-commerce development. So I was good at selling that stuff. Like, maybe I was good like a 5 out of 10 on developing websites per se, but I was like a 8 or 9 out of 10 in order, like, in selling, because I was making sure that the client needed my service, because they were reaching out to me. So it was very easy, because they were all warm leads. So I was just very good at closing them. And the competition on Fiverr is actually very whack. So it was so easy to go from this. And then, like, let me show you here in 2021. I had this like almost like, this month was close to be like 50K a month. I don't know why it showed like 36K, and maybe because like I was not making that much money, like, because I had like a huge drop in February. Actually, in February, I would have made like maybe like around 15 grand, and here I should have made like anywhere around 40 to $45,000 profit maybe. And I was completely freelancing. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I achieved this amount of money was because I was very, very good at selling. Like, I was like super good at selling, and of course the drops was because I was not like offering as good service. But that's something I learned over time. However, like, it really doesn't matter, because what you need is like to make money, right? Of course, you need to be taking care of the clients, but your only goal here, and what you're like watching these videos because you want to make money, right? So this is it. Like, offer a service that is on high demand and sell it better than the competition. Now, the whole idea here, like, how can you position yourself as an authority? Like, how can you be an expert? Because in order for you to sell better than the competition, you need to be a master of all details. And nowadays, super easy, because let me just show you how you can do it nowadays. Just go here to ChatGPT. And hey, like just say like something like, hey man, I just want to offer a service as an expert in AI automation. However, I need to position myself as an authority in order to offer this as a service. Therefore, please provide me with all the necessary details I need to know in a very easy and simplified way to understand. Also, provide me with a list of objections that any possible prospect could have, and accurate replies from an authority perspective without sounding too professional, keeping it as real as having a real conversation with the clients, because like here's also like a mistake a lot of people make when dealing with clients or like trying to sell their services. Like they try to sound too professional. You don't have to be very professional. The client wants to pretty much know that they're talking with a real person, so you just have to be natural. You have to be yourself. A lot of people, and that's what was very easy for me to succeed on Fiverr, because a lot of people are too professional. I don't know, they're from like from many different countries like Bangladesh, India, and all that stuff, and they want to sound super professional. And for me, it was super easy because I was just speaking naturally with the clients, of course, all through text, right? But it was super easy. I was not like using like proper grammar and whatnot. I was just like communicating like a real person. So let's just try and see what happens if I click this. Basically, ChatGPT should give you like a proper insight on how to do like all this stuff. Like, okay, all right, let's break down clean and simple, no fluff. Like what you need to know about automation as a service. You have everything. Like you can pretty much ask everything as long as you give ChatGPT a proper prompt. Like you can do this, and then you can become an expert. You can just study this. Like instead of studying like any topic at school, like you can just study this, remember it, and even if a client like ask you a question, you can always rely upon ChatGPT. So it's like nonsense nowadays, and that's why I'm telling you, like this can pretty much save you like 5 years of time, because like it took me a while, like trial and error, in order to become an expert on my service. And now you can pretty much leverage AI with this. And like this can actually change your life. Actually, if you actually understand how to apply this, like this can actually change your life. You can start making money like by yesterday. And I don't know, like this is just like something like, I don't know if this is valuable for you. If you think this is valuable, like just drop a like or a comment or a subscribe, because like that would really support my videos, and I will be happy to share more stuff with you. And also, like I will learn how to sell. This is very easy. Like I would suggest, like this is something that I would definitely recommend, because when I was like on my up and coming years, I was I mean, just to give you a little bit of context again, the reason why I was able to achieve this was because I was ready. I mean, I was ready in order to, because as soon as I got the clients, I knew exactly what to do. I knew how to sell, and what I was learning, because I started like learning the sales and all that stuff around 2018, 2019. I was hard into selling. I was not selling anything, but I was just learning it. So I would definitely suggest like watching Russell Brunson, watch these videos, how to make an irresistible offer and how to sell anything to anyone with an irresistible offer. And also like even Dan Locke, like at the end of the day, as long as you float yourself with this type of videos and this information, like trust me, like for you to sell something will be as easy as possible. Even with ChatGPT, like now that you are an expert of all details, like now selling will be much more easier, because now you understand how to trigger the customer's mind in order for them to project themselves with the ideal outcome. And that's how you sell someone. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter whether if it's on Fiverr, it's on Upwork, it's on Twitter, it's like through sending Instagram DMs. It really doesn't matter. As long as you can get in front of the prospect and sell your service better than the competition, that's the name of the game. And selling, it's a very general and broad concept. That's what I'm trying to bring on the table, because selling could be like, because you might be saying like, okay, but why would someone like purchase from me when you're starting out? Because of the way you build offers. You know what I'm saying? The way you trigger their customer, like your client's mind. Because maybe you want to reach out to someone who has like a lot of following. Let's say a very famous person, like maybe 500K followers on Instagram, and you want to edit their YouTube videos. Like you need to understand how to sell your way into their DMs. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very likely that they will not reply, but you need to figure out a way to sell your way into the DM. So it's not just a matter of selling your service, like, oh, I have a very good price, a very good offer, I can help you. You need to understand the psychology behind that. So that's why I've been encouraging you guys to pretty much go ahead and check Russell Brunson, because that will give you like a better understanding of the thought process that it's involved behind it. And that's super, super valuable. So another thing is like afterwards, like after you start selling and start getting like some clients, after you start making money, like the next thing I will do definitely will be pretty much leverage social media platforms in order to display your expertise. Like because that's pretty much like that's pretty much the way I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like after I achieve this success and everything, now I can share it with you guys. Now I am sharing like this through TikTok, to YouTube, Instagram, in order for me to display my expertise, and therefore I can sell like more stuff eventually. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this is the way pretty much everybody does, because you need to become first an expert on something and have some results. Because a lot of people try to skip this process. At first when you're starting out, you just need money. Eventually, once you start earning money, then you start like looking for different ways in order where you can leverage your expertise. Because if I can help someone to achieve their desired result, it's like people, like teachers in school. You know what I'm saying? Like people are teaching in order for them to achieve a certain result and whatnot. Even although they're not qualified, you get the point. You know what I'm saying? So hope this actually makes sense. And we have a bonus for you here. So we have a bonus. It's just myself, bro. we're talking about that. Leverage social media marketing and build a personal brand around it, which is what I'm doing. So what do I mean with this? Exactly what I was just saying. Like at the end of the day, that's what all people does. Like for example, once you become successful in a certain field, like you can pretty much leverage social media by teaching people how can they do what you did. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm doing. Like I'm teaching people how you can achieve this amount of money. I have more in-depth videos in my YouTube channel. So if you're actually interested in learning how you can achieve this amount of money, more detailed technical stuff, just watch my YouTube videos. Like I have everything all over there. Like it really doesn't matter if you have any questions. If you want me to do like a specific video, you can always drop a comment. Like this is actual real money. You know what I'm saying? Like the proof is there. Like if I go here, like you can see it's money. Like I dominate 58% of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm from Mexico. As you can see, here's the location. So this is no cap. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So if I was just starting out from zero, this is exactly what I would do. Like stop like bullshitting around, like trying to just start like a business or reselling stuff. Like don't get me wrong, most businesses work, right? But you need to find like the right vehicle in order for you to minimize your cost and maximize your results. And the way I did was with zero money whatsoever. At some point, I was just like surprised how easy it was because I was waking up to $1,000 days. And even because I was sleeping, you know what I'm saying? So eventually people just purchased my service without me even trying to sell them. That's when you build a proper reputation and everything. That's what happened to me on Fiverr. And it was just crazy, it was so crazy and easy. And I was like, I couldn't believe that I was just in my mother's house, like where I grew up, and I was just making money from my phone. I just wake up and I see like, oh, you have three orders. Like it was worth like maybe 700 to $1,000, and it was like, okay, I already made like $1,000 on the day. And I'm telling you, from someone who never had any money before. So that's crazy. Like you can do it, and again, no money whatsoever. So as long as you're fortunate enough to have Wi-Fi, you can achieve this. So I hope this makes sense. And really, like, if this is actually helpful for you, I would really appreciate if you drop a like, if you drop a comment or anything. That will pretty much like your support is very appreciated, because I don't understand how this YouTube stuff works. So anything, like, I'm just trying to be as real as possible with you. I just trying to be like as raw, honest, and authentic, because I'm tired of all these bullshit people that are just in YouTube, like trying to be like super professional, sharing stuff. Like at the end of the day, you want to know the sauce, like from a real person. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to have like a conversation with you, because like it's not a matter like, oh, I'm not like, I don't consider myself like, oh, I'm gonna teach you like how to do this stuff. No, I'm just trying to have like a regular conversation with you guys and telling you like, hey, this is the way it works, this is what you should be doing. And you have any questions, just drop a comment. Like it's just real stuff, like straight up to the point. You know what I'm saying? So let me know if this makes sense. If you want to know more in depth about it, just let me know. I think I'm gonna create a community or something so I can pretty much share more in depth. Because the thing here is like the reason why I'm not sharing any more further is because I don't know if you people like liking or finding this valuable. So if you have like an insight or something, or you want to know more about it, maybe I'm missing something, let me know. That will help me, and I will really, really appreciate, and that will encourage me to provide more information, more stuff, more good shits. So hope everything makes sense, and see you in the next one. Okay, peace.